July 2015, NASCAR cuts ties with Trump's resort over controversy. In 2015, Donald Trump's presidential campaign ignited controversy with harsh comments about Mexican immigrants, prompting NASCAR to sever ties with one of his properties. The sport had hosted its 2014 awards banquet at Trump National Doral, Miami. But after Trump's remarks, backlash grew. Camping World CEO Marcus Lemonis, a key NASCAR sponsor, publicly refused to attend any event held at a Trump venue, calling his statements blatantly bigoted and racist. NASCAR acted quickly, announcing it would relocate the banquet. The decision showed the sport's willingness to prioritize sponsor relationships and public perception over political affiliations. Though Trump had previously been welcomed at NASCAR events, the move signaled a shift. It was an early and clear message. NASCAR wasn't interested in becoming entangled in Trump's emerging political brand, even as some fans embraced his message. The separation foreshadowed a tense relationship ahead. February 2016, NASCAR's boss and stars endorsed Trump. As Super Tuesday loomed in 2016, Donald Trump scored a high-octane endorsement in Georgia. NASCAR CEO Brian France and several drivers publicly backed his campaign. France praised Trump's winning and family values, flanked by Bill and Chase Elliott, Ryan Newman, and David Reagan. The moment was unprecedented, a major sports CEO openly endorsing a candidate during the primaries. NASCAR's sanctioning body quickly clarified that France's appearance was a personal decision, not an official endorsement. Still, the optics drew backlash. Camping World CEO Marcus Lemonis, already critical of NASCAR's Trump ties, tweeted that there is no place for politics in business. Trump, meanwhile, reveled in the moment, telling the crowd that if NASCAR fans voted for him, they can cancel the election right now. The event intensified scrutiny of NASCAR's political leanings, spotlighting tensions between leadership image and corporate neutrality. September 2017, Trump praises NASCAR's Anthem decision amid protests. In 2017, as national anthem protests spread across the sports world, Donald Trump slammed the NFL while praising NASCAR for its perceived patriotism. After some NASCAR team owners said they'd fire drivers or crew who kneeled, Trump tweeted, "He was so proud of NASCAR and its supporters. They won't put up with disrespecting our country or our flag." Richard Petty declared anyone not standing for the anthem should be out of the country, period, while Richard Childress warned protest would earn a ride on a Greyhound bus home. Trump's praise framed NASCAR as the anti-NFL, solidifying the sport's image as deeply aligned with his base. But the response wasn't unanimous. NASCAR's leadership issued a statement supporting the right to peaceful protest, and star driver Dale Earnhardt Jr. tweeted a quote from JFK defending civil dissent. The moment put NASCAR in the political crosshairs. Some saw proud patriotism, others saw it being used as a prop in Trump's culture war. October 2019. Racing legend Roger Penske receives the Medal of Freedom. In a rare feel-good moment linking Donald Trump and the racing world, the president awarded NASCAR titan Roger Penske the Presidential Medal of Freedom in October 2019. Penske, owner of championship-winning teams and a giant in American motorsports, received the nation's highest civilian honor during a White House ceremony on October 24th. Trump praised Penske's American success story, citing his business legacy, 530-plus race wins, and 35 championships across multiple series. Penske became just the second motorsports figure to earn the award, following Richard Petty in 1992. Known for humility, Penske said he was humbled by the president's acknowledgement and thanked Trump for the prestigious honor. Amid a politically charged era, the event offered a moment of unity, focusing on success, patriotism, and legacy. Earlier that year, Penske had also been honored at the White House alongside Joey Logano's 2018 Cup-winning team. For once, the Trump NASCAR dynamic was free from controversy, a symbolic victory lap for both a motorsports legend and a president who loved the spotlight. February 2020, Trump steals the show at the Daytona 500. The Great American Race got a presidential twist in 2020. In blockbuster fashion, Donald Trump arrived at the Daytona 500 with a low Air Force One flyover and became just the second sitting U.S. president to attend the event. As Grand Marshal, he delivered the iconic command, "Gentlemen, start your engines," to a crowd of nearly 100,000 roaring fans. Then came an unprecedented spectacle. The Beast, the presidential limo, led the field on a pace lap with Trump inside, triggering a frenzy of cheers. Calling NASCAR pure American glory, Trump praised its patriotism, family values, and thunderous horsepower. The infield became a campaign rally. Trump 2020 flags, mega hats, and chants filled the air. One young driver even hoped to get her helmet signed. The race itself was delayed by rain and finished the next day, but Trump had already stolen the show. He even aired a campaign ad during the broadcast. The moment symbolized his full embrace of NASCAR culture, a fusion of politics and pageantry that delighted his base and cemented the sport's reputation as a conservative stronghold, with Trump at the center of the celebration. June 2020. Bubba Wallace Spurs change. Confederate flag banned. In the wake of national protests over racial injustice, NASCAR confronted its past head-on in June 2020. Bubba Wallace, the only black driver in the Cup Series, publicly urged NASCAR to ban the Confederate flag, a symbol long present at races, saying it had no place in a sport striving for inclusivity. NASCAR acted swiftly. On June 10th, it banned Confederate flags at all events and properties, a historic move for a sport deeply rooted in the American South. Wallace applauded the decision, noting it could attract new fans who had previously felt unwelcome. One black fan even told him he planned to attend his first race thanks to the change. Not everyone welcomed the move. At Talladega, a plane flew overhead with a Confederate flag and defund NASCAR banner in protest. Days later, a noose-like rope was found in Wallace's garage stall, sparking widespread outrage. In response, the NASCAR garage united. Drivers pushed Wallace's number 43 car to the front of the grid, walking alongside him in a moving show of solidarity. Wallace stood tearfully among them, declaring, "The sport is changing." That moment marked a powerful cultural shift. A sport long viewed as traditional was now racing toward inclusion, with Wallace leading the charge. July 2020. Trump targets Bubba Wallace and NASCAR's flag ban in a tweet. If the Talladega noose incident showed NASCAR rallying around Bubba Wallace, Donald Trump's response was the polar opposite. On July 6, 2020, Trump tweeted at Wallace, demanding an apology for what he called a hoax and blaming NASCAR's Confederate flag ban for supposedly sinking its TV ratings. Both claims were false. NASCAR's ratings had actually improved, and the suggestion that Wallace staged the noose incident drew swift condemnation. NASCAR firmly backed Wallace, praising his courage and leadership, and reiterated that the sport was committed to being welcoming to all. Wallace responded with grace, encouraging people to deal with the hate with love, even when it's hate from the POTUS. Drivers, teams, and fans echoed their support. Richard Petty, Wallace's team owner, had already stood by him at Talladega. Now, the NASCAR community united again. The incident marked a rare moment, a sitting president publicly attacking a NASCAR driver advocating for inclusion. Rather than damage Wallace, Trump's tweet sparked a renewed wave of solidarity. NASCAR even fact-checked the president, stating plainly, "None of these claims are true." In the court of public opinion, Wallace emerged stronger, while Trump's jab highlighted the deep cultural shifts reshaping NASCAR's identity. Summer 2020. Trump 2020 campaign hits the NASCAR track. Politics roared onto the racetrack in mid-2020 when a NASCAR team put Donald Trump's campaign front and center. In early July, underdog Go Fast Racing announced a partnership with a pro-Trump super PAC to run a red, white, and blue Trump 2020 paint scheme on Corey LaJoie's number 32 Ford for 9 Cup Series races. Debuting at the Brickyard 400, the car featured Trump's name in massive letters, a rolling campaign ad hitting speeds of 200 miles per hour. Team owner Archie St. Hilaire said he was honored to support the president's re-election. LaJoie, meanwhile, cited NASCAR's huge audience, claiming 75 million fans, 15 million unregistered, and hoped the car would inspire voter turnout. It wasn't Trump's first appearance on a stock car. A small team had run Trump-Pence decals in 2016. But this was far more visible. Reactions were mixed. Many fans cheered, but critics argued NASCAR shouldn't endorse any candidate while trying to shed divisive imagery. NASCAR allowed the sponsorship under its guidelines, but made sure broadcast didn't linger on the political branding. The car didn't win races, but it made headlines, blurring the line between sport and politics during one of the most heated election years in American history. October 2021. Let's go Brandon, NASCAR, memes, and a political slogan. What began as a quirky NASCAR interview spiraled into a national political catchphrase, once again drawing Trump into the mix. In October 2021 at Talladega, Xfinity Series driver Brandon Brown scored an upset win. During his live NBC interview, the crowd loudly chanted an anti-Biden slogan. The reporter either misheard or deliberately reframed it as, "Let's go, Brandon." The clip went viral, and "Let's go, Brandon" became conservative code for Joe Biden. Trump supporters embraced it with enthusiasm. The chant echoed at rallies, football games, and even over a Southwest Airlines intercom. By year's end, Trump's PAC was selling $45 Let's Go Brandon shirts, complete with patriotic styling. One fundraising email joked, FJB or Let's Go Brandon. Either way, President Trump wants you to have our iconic new shirt. The phrase fused NASCAR, memes, and MAGA politics. Meanwhile, Brandon Brown found himself unwillingly politicized. Sponsors pulled back, nervous about the slogan's meaning. NASCAR even rejected a crypto deal tied to the phrase. What was meant as a lighthearted victory moment became a culture war flashpoint. Trump and his base turned it into a rallying cry, while Brown just wanted to race, his name now a symbol in America's deepening political divide. Each of these moments, from banquets to bumper stickers, from tweets to chants, highlights the high-octane intersection of Donald Trump and NASCAR. It's a rivalry, an alliance, and a spectacle all at once, reflecting how a sport known for speedway drama became a stage for broader American culture wars. NASCAR's embrace, occasional distancing, and ongoing tango with Trump have left lasting impacts on its fan culture and public perception. Love him or hate him, Trump's presence around NASCAR over the years has been impossible to ignore. A draft that the sport can't quite escape, roaring alongside every lap in this truly unique American race.